Yo, what it do again? Welcome back to the channel. So listen guys, I got two different type of P.U.N.K Tri-Brigade decks for you guys, two different versions and stuff like that. I don't have the most optimal best replays and stuff like that because my setup got flooded, bro. Look, I don't know if I'm probably yelling in your ear. I don't know if you can see this watermarks and stuff like that. I have a whole bucket of water over here because it's been raining and freaking bro. It's been wild out here. I don't know how my setup is working, but I'm glad that it's working. So with that being said, like I said, I have two. This is my P.U.N.K Tri-Brigade sauce right here. This is my version of it. This is more P.U.N.K related than Tri-Brigade. Like you're gonna be mainly playing more P.U.N.K than Tri-Brigade, but you can still play regular Tri-Brigade combo in this deck with your Tri-Brigade stuff, right? So I like this version better, but if you want like a more regular version that actually plays more Tri-Brigade than P.U.N.K and mainly uses P.U.N.K as like a side engine to help it out, then this version is the one for you. I like my version better because I'll make wacky decks, right? So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna go over the deck list at the end of the video, and let's get into some replays. All right, guys, if you guys hear that thing out, yo, this thing is still wet, bro. Oh man, all right. I'm sorry, bros. I'm sorry. So again, I don't have the best or more optimal replays and stuff like that, but what I'm mainly going to do is show you the type of boards that you can make with the deck and like my thought process as I'm doing the combo, right? So we're gonna start off by here we're gonna activate the Foolish Burial. That way we could send a Tri-Brigade kit to the graveyard, right? So we could activate the kit. Kit is gonna send a Nerval to the graveyard. Nerval's gonna activate to give me a Karaz to the hand, right? Here I'm gonna activate the emergency teleport, special summoning a Wagon, because Wagon is gonna pay some life points to get our field spell. No, they're not, because we're gonna get infinite impermanence, of course. But before we get infinite impermanence, I get to draw a card. That's why I love this thing. This card is wild, right? So now we get a Fractal to the hand, which is amazing. So we're gonna activate the Karaz, send the Fractal to the graveyard. You're probably thinking, what the heck are you doing, bro? I'm making a different board, bro. We're playing. Alright, so I send that into the graveyard, activate the thing's effect. I'm gonna banish this two so I could bring the double Dragon Lords to the field, right? I'm gonna summon this thing, activate its effect. We're gonna pay life points so we could get a Foxy Tune. Right now we would have been drawing cards as we're doing this, but again we got infinite impermanent, unfortunately. So we're gonna activate the Foxy Tune, sending the Ash to the graveyard. And again, you're probably, what the heck are you doing? Listen, bro, I'm making a board. So we're gonna special the Ukioi, right? Ukioi is gonna pay some life points so we can use both of these monsters to fusion summon into the Rising Carp. We're gonna try and mill some cards basically because we're gonna activate this thing's effect, bring out the Deerno, and bring out the Madame Spider. Madame Spider can't do anything because we have the trap already in the hand. So we're gonna synchro summon into the Chaos Ruler. Here we're gonna activate its effect, activating the effect of the Deerno, right? Deerno is gonna bring out the Wagon back onto the field. It doesn't really matter which one we brought out for what I'm about to do, but I'll show you. So yeah, here we're gonna hit the CA, man. We're gonna hit two Tenkies, a Foxy Tune, and a Corridor. So we're gonna bring the Foxy Tune to the hand, right? Everything else is gonna get sent to the graveyard. We're gonna use both of these monsters to Exceed Summon into the Notoria Beast. Fire, right? We're gonna set this down. So a lot of people aren't playing Runic anymore, but this thing would have bodied Runic. But this thing also bodies this deck that we're playing against, which I have a very high hatred for. Which is Branded Despia, bro, because I think I way too much gas. So anyways, they're gonna activate the Jester, right, getting the Branded Fusion to the hand. Then they're gonna activate the Brandon, sending a Branded in white to the graveyard, activating the Branded Fusion. And I'm just gonna Victoria Beast that thing, get that thing out of here. This monster alone will body Despia, because Despia can't really do much without spells generally. So here we activate the Yu-Gi-Oh! P.U.N.K trap, and we pop that thing before they even attack us. I could have sent it to the hand, but I decided not to, because why, right? Doesn't really matter. We draw into the kit here, and I'm just gonna normal summon that thing. Their field kept glowing, and I was like, I don't need no interruption on the Viru, because we could have made some other shenanigans, so I just went in for the damage, bro. Get it out of here. But yeah, again, I mainly show you like this replay to show you the type of board that you can make. My thought process is I'm making it, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna show you now another one against Exorcister, which that one was a better back and forth duel. So let me show you that one. Alright guys, so here we are for the second replay of the day. And I think this one we mainly played Tri-Brigade, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it is, because then I get to show you how. We'll see. We'll see. So let's get into it. Again, we're going to start off by activating the Foolish Burial, right? Send that kit to the graveyard. Activate the kit's effect. That way we could send the Nervo. Nervo's going to bring us the Karaz to the hand. We're going to summon that thing. They're going to hit us with the Max C. And I'm going to, I'm going to Ash Blossom that thing. Get it out of here. It's spring outside. Well, it's raining, so it's not. But whatever, bro. So then we're going to activate the Karaz, right? We're going to banish these two monsters, and we're going to bring out the Bear Rum. And then we're going to use both of these monsters to link summon into the Rugal. We're going to activate the Bear Rum's effect. That way we get our trap. We're going to send the emergency teleport back into the hand. Because I'd rather keep the Foolish Burial and this thing in the hand. Just in case, right? I like to use Max C to stop people from playing the game. I don't even like drawing a bunch of cards or whatever, but it is what it is. So yeah, they're going to hit us with the Harpy's Feather Duster, and I don't have enough monsters to even go into a Link 4. But I was like, I had a plan, right? So we're going to activate our trap, because it's going to get popped anyways. They're going to activate the Max C, and I'm like, bruh, you really hit me with a double Max C back to back? I'm like, I'm over it, bro. Call by the grave that thing. Get it out of here, and then I'm going to activate my own thing. It's over, bro. It's over. I'm tired of it. Bro, I've been getting hit with the double Max C for 2 days straight, bro. 2 days. Nah. Like every 2 duels, I get double Max C. So anyways, that thing gets negated. We're going to special summon, both of these, the Nervo and the kit. So that way we can use them to link summon into the Ferrigit. Again, both of these things are going to get popped, but I don't really care. And if you're probably wondering why would you use the trap even though it's going to get popped, it's because this right here, right? I mainly wanted to get this thing back in the graveyard so I could use it to get follow for next turn. They're going to try and call by the grave that thing, but I'm going to use the effect of the Rugal, so that way I could bring the Nervo onto the field, so that way it doesn't get called by the grave, right? Because I need this effect to go off, mainly. So now that they don't get anything out of the grave, I use the thing's effect and I get a Fractal to the hand for follow-up next turn. Here they're going to normal summon the Sophia, right? Activating the Exo-Sister Armament. So they're going to basically fuse Exceed summon with this thing into an Exo-Sister Michaelis. Of course. Then we're going to draw a card. They're going to activate that thing's effect, banishing our Rugal. Activating the second effect, getting rid of this thing so they can get a spell, the Exo-Sister Packs. Pretty smart, because now they get to activate that thing's effect. Special summon the Exo-Sister. And I'm mainly showing you this, even though we're drawing cards, because we only drew 2 cards off of the Max C. So, this thing is going to, the Ferrigit is going to get popped, so that's going to allow us to draw a card. We don't really need that thing right now, so I'm going to put it back in the deck. They're going to special summon the Exo-Sister Elias and end their turn. This thing is going to come back to the hand, right? And then here we're going to draw a card. Wait, did we draw 2 or 3 cards off of the Maxi? It doesn't matter. We're already here, bro. So cross out Designator. We draw into this thing, right? So now I can't touch the graveyard. Because this thing is on the field, I legitimately cannot touch the graveyard, bro. Because then they're going to Exceed summon into some shenanigans. And with my deck, I kind of need the graveyard, right? So I'm going to activate the Foxy Tune. Special summoning the Madame Spider, right? So I could activate the Nervo. That way I could get a Karaz into the hand, right? We're going to activate this thing's effect, play some life points so I could get the trap. And then we're going to set down the trap, set down the crossby, and normal summon this thing, right? I got to pop this thing first before I do anything else, because if I touch the graveyard, we're going to be in trouble. So I pop that thing first, activate the effect of the Karaz. We're going to send both of these, we'll banish them so we could special summon the Asian Warriors Oath Double Dragon Lord. And we're going to activate this thing's effect, sending the cross out into the graveyard. So we could send that thing back into the extra deck. We're going to use both of these monsters to go into the Notoria Beast. Why? Because Exo-Sister has 2 spells, the packs, both of the ones that they use. But I'm mainly afraid of this thing, because this thing can get them the Martha, and they could start comboing off. So that's why I went to this thing. And we also have the bounce back. So we're actually fine, because we also have the Ash Blossom in the hand. They're going to draw into a card. It doesn't really matter. So they're going to end their turn, right? That's all she wrote. So with that being said, I'm gonna show you another replay where, again, it wasn't the best of like back and forth duel or anything like that, but I'm gonna show you the other board that you can make, which is a little crazy, right? Let's get into that. All right, gang, here we are for the 3rd replay of the day. I got a lot of different content coming for you guys too. I'm working on a cubic tier limits because I want to get the cubic final boss fusion monster out on the field, and I have an idea on how to get it. I have a bunch of other stuff for you guys, but this deck was actually really fun. So we're gonna activate the Foolish Burial, sending the kid to the graveyard. This is my main combo apparently. I didn't even know the replays had this, but either way, we're gonna activate the kit, send the Nerval to the graveyard, activating this thing's effect, bringing the Carasso to the hand. We're gonna activate the emergency teleport, bringing the C-Aiming onto the field. We're gonna pay life one so we get a Foxy Tune. We're gonna activate the effect of the Foxy Tune, sending the Foxy Tune and the Ogre Dance to the graveyard so I can special summon the Ukiyo-e, right? Then we're gonna normal summon the wagon. That way we could get our field spell. We're gonna set down our field spell, and now because we set down our field spell, we're gonna activate the thing's effect. We're gonna pay some life points, so we're gonna use both of these monsters to fusion summon into the Ukiyo-e Rising card. Now we get to draw a card, and most of the time here I was trying to draw into another Tri-Brigade card or beast monster because I wanted to activate this thing's effect. So that's what I mainly went with this route specifically. So again, that thing, I gave that thing an attack boost just to try and bait some stuff. So we're gonna activate the Rising card, right? Send that thing to the graveyard so we can special summon the wagon and the Deer Note. Wagon is gonna pay some life points so I can get a trap. Again, we're trying to draw into another beast, and we didn't really get to do that, but that's fine. We're gonna set down our trap. We're gonna use both of these monsters to exceed summon, and synchro summon into the Chaos Ruler, right? Chaos Ruler is gonna come out here and mill us some card. Again, we're gonna activate the Deer Note in the graveyard. Deer Note is gonna bring the wagon back onto the field. It doesn't really matter which one you brought back from the field for what I'm about to do either, but again, we're gonna start milling some cards. We milled the Revolve, which is bad. Tenki, Teleport, the C-Aiming, and the Ash Blossom. This is gonna happen to you sometimes, bro, but it is what it is. We really didn't get to hit anything, so I used both of these monsters to go into the Psychic and Punisher, right? Bring him out here. We're gonna activate the Chaos Ruler, and mainly because we have this guy here is why I went with this route too. We're gonna banish the Foxy Tune and the Ogre Dance to special summon the Chaos Ruler back onto the field, right? And then we're gonna activate the effect of the Corridor. That way we bring the Foxy Tune back into the deck, special summon this thing, and now we got to tribute this thing to bring the Thunder Dragon Colossus onto the field. We're gonna set down our trap and end our turn. Look at this board, bro. Look at it. No adding cards into the hand. This thing is basically unstoppable because we have way less life than our opponent. We have the quick effect combo with this thing to bounce back cards. We have a quick effect pop a card on the field. Imperm and quick effect pop another card in the field. This board is wild. That's all you gotta know, bro. And here they activate the Sharon, and then they send the Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise to the graveyard. And here they're playing a 60 card deck which has a bunch of witchcrafters and stuff like that, so they really didn't hit anything. Then they're gonna special summon the Ruleona, and I'm gonna pop that thing because that's 2 level 4s on the field, and I don't need 2 level 4 shenanigans going on. So I popped that thing, and they're just gonna scoop because they really didn't hit anything. Also in the graveyard they did hit the Silky, so they could have added another tier card into their deck, but because of the Thunder Dragon they couldn't do it. So we basically had them on lock. Even if they did start activating tier limit stuff, we legitimately had so much interruption and so many things that we could have done that it didn't even matter. So with that being said, let me see if I have another replay, so I don't know, but if I do, I'll show it. If not, let's get into the deck list. Alright, so I decided to show you like a little fun replay. And I mainly decided to show you this because I wanted to share with you guys the shenanigans that I was dealing with, bro. Like, you gotta see what this person is playing. It's legitimately wild, bro. So we're gonna go second, of course. They're gonna activate the Merciless, the Duckling, and I'm gonna max see that thing again. I was hoping that they would just stop playing the game, but it is what it is. I only run one in the deck, in this deck also, because I don't really like this card anyways, but it is what it is. So then they're gonna bring the Flourishing Hills onto the hand, and here this thing is wild. Anamorph Galliath. Neither player can special summon monster from the extra deck except armor whatever that thing monster. Wild, bro. So I'm like, okay, bet. That's one freaking floodgate. Then they're gonna use the Foolish Burial to send the Barrier Statue of Drought to the graveyard. Then they're gonna activate this thing's effect, sending the Dino Wrestler Pankertop to the graveyard as well, showing us that they have the Awakening Forest. Now they get to special summon this garbage. Why are people playing this, bro? Are you guys tired of doing stuff like this? Anyways, so that thing is on the field. They're gonna activate this thing's effect, so now they get to send both of these cards to the graveyard so they can special summon the Dino Wrestler Pankertop. Now listen, I sound like I'm hating, but this is actually a really good combo for Venusaur. Like, it might get you wins, right? So here I had to get out of this. Again, I don't show Max C replays. I just wanted to show you the shenanigans that I was dealing with. So I'm going to show you the replay for now. So with that being said, again, we're going to activate the Foolish Burial. I'm going to send the kid to the graveyard. And again, why is every combo I started with this? I didn't even know. But alright, anyways, we're going to send the Nerval to the graveyard. That way we could activate its effect, bringing the Karaz. Since we can only special and normal summon like earth types because of this thing right here, I gotta do this type of play, right? So I'm gonna activate this thing's effect, send the kid to the graveyard, and then they're gonna activate the Mudara because they know that I'm gonna special summon this thing in order to bring more earth monsters out on the field, right? So they mill all that stuff back into my deck. I'm like, of course, perfectly balanced. So then I'm gonna activate the Deer Note, sending this thing to the graveyard to special summon it, because it's the only other earth monster that I can actually special summon, right? And that way I'm able to attack with this thing and have this thing on the field to go into a level 8. But I knew that they were gonna pop that thing with this thing. It was just bait, right? So again, they're gonna use that thing's effect, pop it, and I'm gonna activate this thing's effect and bring the wagon onto the field. Activate the wagon's effect so I can get a trap, right? So now I'm gonna set down our field spell. They don't have anything in their hand. I'm gonna pop this thing in the face, get it out of here. I can't really do much else, but now I'm gonna normal summon this thing, pay some life points and get a Foxy Tune, so that way I can draw a card, right? Then we're gonna activate the Foxy Tune. We're gonna, this is I was daydreaming, bro. Like, I was so tired, I was daydreaming. Like, I was just like doing things on autopilot because I didn't even realize that I Ash Blossom my own Foxy Tune. Like, bro, I was really daydreaming, bro. I didn't see this until I saw the replay. So then I'm gonna banish the Deer Note, so that way I can special summon the Ogre Dance, because this thing, when you go into the battle phase, it gets an attack boost. So if he wants to attack into this thing is gonna get popped, right? So that's what I was thinking at the time. We can't really do much, but we still have this thing in the hand, right? They're gonna try and activate this thing. I'm gonna pop that thing in the face, get it out of here. Because why that? Get it all out of here. All this floodgatiness, get it out of here. I don't want it, bro. So then listen, I took this thing out of the deck. It's not that great. So we're gonna get a Yukioi onto the hand, and we're gonna get the Corridor. And this is why I wasn't afraid of banishing this thing, because this thing is basically recovery. So I'm gonna activate that thing, bringing this thing back into the deck, and they're gonna Max C me, and I'm gonna Ash Blossom that thing. How many Max C's have you seen in this video, bro? Not just mine too, but like, how many Max C's? Like, it is what it is. They scooped. They really didn't have anything else. I mainly just wanted to show you the shenanigans that's going on, because that was wild, bro. No special summoning monsters except Earth. No special summoning monsters. This man had a Scythe Lock on the field with 2,700 attack. That is crazy. That's wild. So with that being said, now let's go into the deck list. Right, gang? So here we are for the deck list portion of the video. Now this deck list, this is the regular P.U.N.K Tri-Brigade that you guys can try. This is, where did I get this from? I might have gotten this list from masterduelmeta.com. I forgot. If this is your deck, shout outs to you, because I don't know exactly who this deck is. I made a little bit of changes, but not really. So I'm gonna still give credit, right? So this version right here is more, like I said, more Tri-Brigade related. So essentially you're gonna do a lot of Tri-Brigade stuff. That's why we run 2 traps. We run 3 Nervals, 3 Max C's, 2 Tri-Brigade Karaz, 2 Tri-Brigade, 3 Tri-Brigade Kit, 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Sea Amons, 2 Tri-Brigade Fractals, 1 No-Punk Deer Note, 3 No-Punk Foxy Tunes, 1 No-Punk Ogre Dance, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 P.U.N.K Jam Extreme Session, 2 Fire from Mensha Tenji, 2 Emergency Teleport, 2 Kill by the Graves, 1 Crossout Designated, 3 Forbidden Droplet, 2 Infinite Impermanence, and 2 Tri-Brigade Revolt, right? For your extra deck, you're gonna get your Neutoria Beast, because you can make this thing with this thing and any other level 3 Earth monster, which is gonna be this one. So if you got this thing on the field and this thing on the field, you can make this thing. Again, Chaos Ruler, because you're gonna mill with this deck. It's gonna be beneficial to you, right? Psychic Cat Punisher, because this card is tough. Zombie Vampire, because sometimes you might not be able to, when you mill with this thing, it might not be enough. So what you're going to do is that you're gonna bring the level 8, the Foxy Tomb, back onto the field, or the Ogre Dance. And then with 2 level 8s, you're gonna make this thing and mill more if you need to, right? Then we have the Solomon Great Almirage, because if you special summon any one of these, they have less than 1,000 life points. You get to link it off and start comboing off. Then you get 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Asian Warriors of Double Dragon Lord, 1 Tri-Brigade Ferrigit, 1 Tri-Brigade Bearbrum, 1 Sprite Elf, because if you get this thing on the field, like, you could do a combo where it's like, you could start off with this thing, right? You're gonna get this thing on the field if you could special summon it. Then you're gonna link off into the Sprite Elf. You're gonna bring it back with the Sprite Elf. Then you're gonna banish the Tri-Brigade monsters that you have in the graveyard. And from there, you're gonna link summon into whatever else, and it's gonna be protected by the elf. You can link summon into this, it's gonna be protected. You can make your Bearbrum go into your whole combo, and this thing is gonna be protected under this thing. Again, it's up to you. So that's why we have that thing in here. We got 1 Tri-Brigade Rugal, 1 Mech Knight Crusadia, because tier nodes, I said tier nodes. Tier limits can't really out this thing all that well. So that's why we have it in here. Also, we have a Palooza again. You could make an IP Masquerena. You're gonna have at least 1 to 2 other bodies. You might end up with this thing or this thing on the field. So you can go into this thing, have it 3200 attack. She can negate 4 monsters, right? You got the Access Code Talker, and then you got 1 Tri-Brigade Shurag, the Ominous Omen. So that is the main. If you want to play more Tri-Brigade, then this is what you're going to do. Now, if you want some sauciness, let's go to my version of the deck. Alright, so here we are with the sauciness. Again, we only run Max C because I have the Crossout Designator. I really don't like this card, but it is what it is. We run 2 Tri-Brigade Nervals. If you want to bump this up to 2 and bump this up to 2 and have run a 42 card deck list, I think it'll be a good idea. I haven't done it. I don't know how it'll mess with the ratios of, like, you know, consistency wise, but running it at 3 each might not be a bad idea. But we do run 2 Nervals. I run 1 Max C, 2 Tri-Brigade Karaz, 2 Tri-Brigade Kit, 1 Ghost Ogre the Snow Rabbit, 3 Ash Blossoms, 1 Yukioi Punk Rising Carp. 1 Yukioi Punk Sharakasai, 1 Wagon, 1 Madame Spider, 3 Sea Amens, 1 Nemesis Corridor, 2 Tri-Brigade Fractals, 1 Non-Punk Deer Note, 3 Non-Punk Foxy Tunes, 3 Ogre Dance, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Punk Jam Extreme Session, 2 Fire Fermentia Tenjis, 2 Emergency Teleports, 2 Call by the Graves, 1 Crossout Designator, 2 Infinite Impermanence, 1 Tri-Brigade Revolt, and 1 Jurioi Punk Narashiai Sun Surprise. I can't speak English. And then before I get to the extra deck, I want to explain something. The reason why this is here because we banish so many monsters with this thing, and then, you know, with your Tri-Brigade cards, that legitimately sending one of them back into the deck wouldn't even bother you. Also, on top of that, if you do manage to banish this or any of your Punk monsters and you want to bring them back into the deck, that's a good way to do it with this thing as well. And again, it's gonna bring this thing out, so that's why that's there. What do you call it? So yeah, so that I wanted to just explain that to you guys before we got into the extra deck, because that's why this thing is here, is because of this thing, right? So then we have 1 Yukioi Rising Carp as well. You're gonna basically get into your Chaos Ruler with this thing while also making your Punk plays. Then your new Naturia Beast. Again, you can make this, since we have so many in this version, we have so many level 3s, like legitimately Earth, this thing is Earth, this thing, they're all Earth. So you can make this thing with this thing immediately. Like, it's not even, you can make this thing almost every game. It doesn't even matter. So then we have 1 Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. I don't know why I said the whole name, but that's why that's there. Then we have the Amazing Dragon, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Punk Amazing Dragon. We have 1 Psychic and Punisher, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Asian Warriors of Double Dragon, 1 Tri-Brigade for a Jit, 1 Bear Brum, 1 Rugal, 1 Midnight Crusader Evermax, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Tri-Brigade Shuraig the Omen, and then 1 Underworld Goddess of the Underworld. Now, I mainly went with this because I've been having a lot of issues outing. A lot of people are playing this thing, and the main way to out that thing is with this thing. So that's why this thing will get you out of sticky situations. So that's why it's in here. Sorry about that, guys, if you guys heard the motorcycle and stuff. But yeah, that's why this thing is in here. I like this version better because you're gonna make a way better board. With the other version, you could end up on a Psychic and Punisher and maybe like this thing on the field with your trap, which is good, but it's gonna take you a lot of resources and you gotta big brain it to do it. This deck is more easier. The lines are easy. Well, they're not easier. It's just it's more of a different way of making different boards. This one gives you more choices. You're either gonna play more Tri-Brigade or you're gonna play more Punk. It depends on what you have on the hand, right? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you guys have any... Oh, I didn't even give my boy a shout out. This is, hold on. So yeah, I just wanted to give my boy a quick shout out. Russell, he was the one that asked, he was making this deck. He was the one that asked me to build it. I forgot what his deck looked like because it disappeared from the link, from the comment. But shout outs to Russell, he's the one that asked for this. And since I already have the cards, it was kind of really like, you know, second nature for me to make this. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for commenting and asking for the deck. So with that being said, if you guys have any comment, questions, and concerns, please just comment in the section below. If you have a version of a deck that you want me to play, let me know. If you guys have your own version of a deck that you want me to show off in the video, just send me the deck list. I love when you guys do stuff like that. So I'll show it and showcase it and post it. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and peace.